We started with 11. We are down to 5, and the Black Jackets are now out. It is Kitchen Talk. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam. Welcome to Kitchen Talk, where we dive into the wacky world of Hell's Kitchen. My name is Ryan Cam, joined by Jay Collins from 3D Movie Cinema. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm really, really ridiculously good looking. Gonna get no gasoline fight accident later with the homies. You know, that's the
LeMay.
If,
Matt
if you
Wyatt,
know
how are
if
you?
you if you know the reference from what Jake is doing, if any of you watch
famous
the
Ben
movie.
Stiller movie. Famous Ben Stiller movie.
I dare them to read. Just we don't say the movie title. They just have to write in the comments to guess what movie he's referencing from.
Yeah, well, Matt Wyatt, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to get into this. Day 7 was wild.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get into that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, Matt, get into the synopsis, will you?
All right, so I'm reading this off on the Wikipedia page, and there's going to be a segment from challenge, reward / punishment. I'll read out the challenge for this one, then we'll talk about it. Then next one we'll do the reward and punishment, then service. So for this one, this title's episode is called Day 7, and it aired on July 11th, 2005. Ramsay merged the remaining 5 chefs into one team wearing black jackets, where each chef would compete as an individual. So the title for this one is Challenge. The chefs had to recreate tableside fruit flambe to Ramsay standards in 5 minutes. Jimmy won, narrowly beating out Elsie. So what did you think about that challenge?
Was anybody else shocked that Jimmy beat Elsie? Was there anyone else shocked?
Yeah, I was shocked about it.
I was kind of shocked that Elsie did so well.
Elsie, Elsie's not bad, but I mean, compared to Jimmy,
she came close second.
Good. She's good, but like you would think flambe, it's very sophisticated. Like the pro chefs would easily have the advantage, but the artist formerly known as Dink had raw sugar on her fruit, and then Michael's like flambe wasn't that much better either. So, and then Ralph didn't do so good either. So it's down to the guy who buys the food and the stay-at-home mom. So it's funny how that works.
And also, Jessica only needed a little bit more sugar in that flambe.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys think it made me laugh whenever Gordon Ramsay how blackjack goes, Jimmy, you get to keep this if you don't grease it the fuck up. Fucking jacket clean.
Didn't Michael like dirtied up the table, and Jimmy did not do it this time?
He did. Like Michael messed up his plate, and he's like, "Oh, it looks like something Jimmy would do." And Michael
he was rushing it too. He was also rushing. I thought that fucking Gordon was gonna say, "Were you rushing or were you dragging?
Or are you gonna be on my fucking time?"
Well, I love it when Chef Ramsay compared Michael to Jimmy, and he goes, "It made me." He was so like, "I can't believe he compared me to Jimmy."
I thought that Jimmy was gonna mess up because he was being a little bit of a klutz, and fucking Gordon is like, Jimmy.
Dirty ball,
no, Jimmy.
I do like that. Jimmy won the challenge. I thought that was pretty cool. And then Jimmy choosing Michael. This is the thing. When Jimmy chose Michael because Michael didn't nominate him, which the only reason Michael did not nominate him because he said I'm gonna not nominate the weakest link. I'm gonna nominate the strongest one, and that way get rid of them. And I'm like, and everyone pointed that out. So I'm like, Jimmy, he did not nominate you because he liked you. He nominated you because he knows you're an idiot, and he wanted to keep the idiot so he could beat the idiot.
Speaking with reward / punishment, Jimmy received a helicopter trip over LA and got to sample wine and caviar, whatever you pronounce it. He chose Michael, who received the worst review, to go with him. The others were forced to clean the dining room.
It's nice that they had their meal on top of Nakatomi Plaza. I'm surprised they rebuilt that so fast.
It almost felt like you're going to it feels like you're going to that location, kind of like the Dark Knight style. They paint over in the helicopter platform.
Yeah. I actually have been there once. I actually was there like in 2023 because, during the writer's strike too, especially. So me and the family were vacationing, because my grandmother lives in, California, Riverside. So she was showing us around LA and everything. And so we went to this is Nakatomi Plaza, where is it's called the Fox Plaza. And so basically, that's where like Die Hard, that's the landscape of Die Hard.
Yeah.
So we were up there, and I said, oh, I love this movie Die Hard. 'Cause I love Die Hard.
So they do have the Nakatomi Plaza in LA.
Yeah. Just everything inside the building though is set.
Obviously.
But like everything, like the roof
from outside, the outside from the roof, and it's all real.
So we went there, and I'm taking pictures and everything. Which I will say though, the only thing that's fake is the part where the cops are all like hanging out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's not real. That's all on the soundstage because. Like you could literally walk up to the building. I'm like, there's nowhere the cops would be able to it would not be like in the movie. There's no way because it's like you could throw a rock across the street, like. And so then we see a bunch of people at picket fences, and we're like, oh, there's protesters. Get in the car, hurry, get in the car. And we're like, oh no, it's just writers. Don't worry, they're harmless. The writers are harmless. I was like, they attack with pins, not with.
What the funny thing is that Elsie threw a big bitch fit. Because she did not get picked by Jimmy. She thought she was like, oh, I came in second better than Michael, and he only did it because he owed him one.
Oh yeah, Elsie was angry. She was
pissed
because it's like I do think if
she literally gave him the bird when he was not looking.
If somebody came in second place, I think you should honor that. I don't think you should just be like.
It just feels like it was just more like he owes him because he did not throw him under the bus from last week's episode.
Yeah, and which to be fair, Jimmy did not improve. He was you just literally went for the neck of someone else to try to save yourself. Yeah, like which to be fair, that's a smart move on Michael's behalf because he knows Jimmy's a moron. So it's like there's no way Jimmy's gonna make it to second, right? The last two, because even Chef Ramsay knows Jimmy is someone who's not gonna get this position. Which I will say, asking you, Ryan. What he says, what did you think though of so them training everybody in Elsie's so they're basically just arguing over Michael not choosing him and everything. What did you think about that situation? Did you think Michael kind of just tricked you? He did not really his intentions were not pure.
This whole episode, Michael is definitely doing the whole "you're all puppets tied up in string" thing because, a little later on when we get to dinner service, he definitely does something that I definitely think is calculated, and I think at this point he's just playing the game. He's not he's in the woods, he's trying to hide and being like, I'm just going to wait for the right moment to strike, and then he's going to strike.
Of course. Yeah.
like what he did to Dink. Okay, yeah. I think, honestly, that was 100% sabotage. That was, because there's no way, they're the meat, so I think we're jumping into dinner service right now. Right?
So jumping into dinner service, Ramsay decided to combine the menus the teams created for the previous service. For winning the challenge, Jimmy chose Elsie to serve the Caesar salad and flambe tableside. In addition, Ramsay chose Ralph to assist him at the hot plate and gave salsa chefs Scott and Marianne the night off. Jessica had a pan catch fire on the meat station before running out of filet mignon, forcing Michael to retrieve some from the storage room. Jimmy accidentally threw away a complete lobster dish, forgot to cook risotto, and talked back to Ramsay. After Jessica's station caught fire again, Ramsay shut down the kitchen. Ralph was named best of the worst.
So, yeah, Dink nearly set the kitchen on fire. It was it was a rough night for her. It really was.
Yeah, and she almost did snap at Ramsay, and Ramsay just went fucking fire on Jessica for getting the meats, and then fucking Michael had to save the date and go to the storage room and get the meats.
But that was sabotage. There's no way.
Clearly,
because she realized that it was not in there. She thought they put those meats in that fridge, and it was not there, and it was definitely sabotage.
I'm pretty sure Michael went and grabbed all the meat, put it in the other.
I think Michael did it on purpose. I think he put that in the storage room on purpose. He knew exactly where it was
because he went randomly walked in there. I mean, it's possible. It is possible that Michael didn't sabotage it. He just got lucky and looked in there. It's possible, but
he was more calm in this situation.
like Dink is just there, like giving it to him, and Michael's just like, ooh, he's like cooking his creme brulee, and he's like, yeah, you can chew me out all you want. I know where your meat is, there, lady. And sure,
Elsie had it easy. Elsie was lucky
Elsie
to
was
serve the
unfolding
table.
on the salad. Like, literally, it was a shit show because she couldn't.
Yeah, but the guy was being a total dick. It's like, you need to cut the salad. Like, you can't cut it yourself? What the fuck? Even the guy was like, oh yeah, he's being a douchebag.
JP, bless his soul, and be like, make him feel like a big boy, make him like cut his lettuce for him. I'm like, wow, he's doing that to a grown ass man.
And you could tell how embarrassed he was in front of his friends.
Which, then of course the creme brulee. What was it? The one that the filet mignon.
Yeah, the flamin' whatever that was.
Flambe.
Yeah,
She was literally trying to light it. She couldn't light it, so
she couldn't light it. It took her like 3 tries.
Like she was like, "Oh my god, she's imploding tonight on these."
But she was getting better later after that.
Yeah, she improved, but
she did.
And then
you saw the couple. They're like, oh yeah, this is her first time. She didn't know. Look, she knew what the hell she was doing.
Meanwhile, Jimmy is just like serving raw food. He threw away a lobster.
He was trying to keep it clean, and he accidentally threw the lobster away, and he can't remember where the fuck he put the lobster.
And then to cap things off, like when Gordon's chewing him out, he's like, "Come here, you!" and Jimmy's like, "No!"
He fucking snapped at him first. Jamie fucking snapped, was like, "I'm doing what was, blah blah." It's like, oh damn, that got fired. He fucking snapped for that moment, and he did. And Gordon was not happy with it.
Come here, you! And then all of a sudden,
come here, you!
And like I was telling Ryan earlier off camera before, it says at that moment, like it's like that moment where he says, "Say it, Ryan."
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
Because when I saw everybody's reaction, like, "Oh, you just yelled at Chef! Oh,
you snapped at Chef!"
Especially like Ralph. Everybody was doing like Ralph probably was the best of the worst, and then especially how all of a sudden like Michael's just sitting there like sabotaging like Jessica, where he's like,
oh, he was fucking like villaining out like.
Like he's going full Palpatine on this one. Like Jimmy thought he was smart sending Elsie into the.
I bet in his mind for Jimmy, he's like, I knew he would. I can feel your anger.
If Jimmy was smart, he would have sent the best cook out. No, that probably would have been stupid.
Yeah, instead of Elsie being like give her 5 more seconds to be like, go Flame, go, fly, up and away, Flame.
Shazam!
If Jimmy was smart, he would have put himself serving appetizers. He would have been.
But also, Jimmy should have made the wrong choice by having her serving the table.
Jimmy should have put himself out there.
But to be fair, Jimmy put himself out there the first time and it didn't work out. He was sweating like crazy, and JB was like, "Don't sweat, don't touch your face, don't touch your hand."
I mean, I'm sure they would rather you be sweating than be sitting there touching your face, and then, as long as you do a good job. I mean, look, people sweat, but like.
But yeah.
I understand you don't want people sweating over your food.
But especially from his size, he'll be sweating a lot more, and when he's running around.
But I mean, he did a good job.
I know. I'm being facetious.
Yeah.
But Jimmy, I mean, if I was Jimmy, I would have made myself serve the salad.
I would be sweating too. I'm not gonna lie. I would be every time you moving around and there's not enough air conditioning. Did you know that the fucking power nearly went off for that moment? Did you notice that?
They did go out. They were cooking in the
did.
dark.
How are they gonna cook? How are you gonna cook in the dark? I mean. Without electricity. I mean, I was like, unless it's like gas. I mean, like there's some.
I'll be like, darkness is your ally. You nearly adopted the dog.
Jeff Ramsey's like, all right, keep cooking. I'm like, how?
It's like, how the fuck are you gonna keep cooking? There's no fucking lights on. You can't see a goddamn thing.
I cut my hand off. That's
around those hot surfaces and those slick floors. Like no, like everyone turned into Jonah Hill from Django Unchained. We need our eyes to see. So it's like everyone.
I can't see a fucking thing.
I can't see fucking
shit. I can't see a fucking thing.
Well,
also, and then the Jessica with the steak was hilarious, and then Jimmy just couldn't get it together, and I thought he was gonna say get out. Instead, after Jessica, he was like, no, we're done. After Jessica burns that, and he goes, pick.
He saw that burn. He's like, shut it down. Kitchen, turn off the fucking oven.
And then, like, obviously, I'm like, why would you even? And then he calls them straight out, both you and you are the reason I shut down the kitchen. And then it says, Ralph, you were the best. You were, and so of course, the elimination.
The best of the worst.
I'm like, and then Elsie asked to be sent home, and I'm like, first off, Ralph knows who the 2 is going to go up because Ralph's like, Chef Gordon basically told me straight up. Even, everybody else was like, Michael and Ralph. Yeah, Michael and Ralph were like, yeah, we know we're not going up because we weren't the worst. The 2 worst are. I thought he was going to say 1, pick the worst one, but instead, no, he was like, pick 2, and I'm like, well, we already know who the 2 are. So
it's an obvious choice. So going to the elimination, Ralph nominated Jimmy and Jessica. Ramsey eliminated Jimmy for being the weakest chef out of the 5 and for talking back to Ramsey.
And Jessica came back. Jimmy did not come back. He said he fought back.
No.
She fought back for her position. Jimmy did not. And on top of that, at least
and also Elsie was ready to give up. He's like, "Hey, please, Ralph, nominate me, please. I can't take."
And Ralph's like, "No, I'm not nominating you. I'm not gonna because that's gonna."
Even Michael said, "Like, you're gonna give up like that? That's a little bullshit excuse."
Yeah, because it's like, oh, you had because you messed up once. No, and also you recovered back. You had a better service than Jimmy or Jessica. Like Jimmy and Jessica imploded. Jessica mostly because of Michael. She had a thing. I honestly think
Michael was being a dick.
Because he took her steaks away because he's like, I want to send her home.
No, he fucking took the steak and put it in the fucking storage room. He knew exactly where it was. Come on.
He's like, yeah.
Well, speaking of eliminated, Jimmy was indeed eliminated. After Hell's Kitchen, Jimmy described it as a positive experience that taught him a lot about cooking. He is account executive for key accounts at a place called the Chef's Warehouse. So it looks like he is still in culinary to this day.
What does he do, though?
I'm doing this live, folks. So the Chef's Warehouse, it looks like it's a place in Atlanta, Georgia. It looks like it sells specialty foods, like really bougie beef and cheese and like lobster and other things.
So he sells products so somebody will make it, he'll just sell it. He's like a vendor, basically.
If
what I've just researched is correct, then yes.
Okay, that's okay. So yeah, he's a market vendor. Okay. Yeah,
I thought he would continue on being a chef after being eliminated.
He wasn't a bad cook. He just wasn't very good at he could not be. He's someone that if he works at McDonald's, he would be a great cook. But
anyone could be at McDonald's now in today's teenage.
What I'm saying, he would probably be like employee of the month if he worked at McDonald's. But
he can. Well, for a place like that, he can't handle the pressure. That's the only problem.
But he's one of those people that cannot cook. He can cook food, but it has to be at his own pace. He can't cook it at his own pace. He can't cook it at Gordon's pace, which is 10 seconds.
And I did look up the Hell's Kitchen. It's supposed to, they do have a Hell's Kitchen in Minneapolis from where I'm from Minnesota, and I've looked that up.
What are you gonna go there? You should take a picture and go
I would like to try to check that place out.
It's probably like $100, and you have to make a reservation.
Yeah, it's probably very expensive to go there.
I was gonna say I've seen a vlog of like a guy that I follow on YouTube who goes to really weird restaurants, did a whole bunch of celebrity restaurants, and I saw the bill for Hell's Kitchen. I'm like, wow, he really must be making a lot on YouTube if he can afford that.
I bet.
Though the beef Wellington does look fantastic, but that's when we get to later seasons, you'll see how good the beef Wellington is and all the creative ways that the chefs mess it up. But that's another story for another season. But I passed off to all of you. What did you think of the episode? And as of now, as we're down to the final 4, Ralph, Michael, Elsie, and Jessica, who do you think is going to win? Let us know in the comments. Collins, where can the people find you?
They can find me at 3D Movie Cinema at youtube.com. And I just did a review for Final Destination Bloodline. I will be seeing Mission Impossible by the time there's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning this week. And then after I've seen the Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, I will have had a review that will explain my thoughts on the movie, because that is the definition of a review. But yeah, that's good.
Indeed.
So yeah, that's
Matt. Where can the people find you?
You can find my YouTube channel at MattWyatt92. I have my non-spoiler review for Final Destination Bloodlines and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I will be putting up a couple of my reviews for Karate Kid Legends and the new horror film called Bring Her Back.
Did he bring her back at the end? Spoiler alert. I know it's spoilers, but did he bring
I can
her
either
back?
confirm or deny without the Secretary's approval.
Thank you for that. But all their links are below. Go give them a subscribe. As far as this channel goes, Small Talk will, by the time that this episode drops, Small Talk will officially be over. So I want to say a sincere thank you to everyone who checked it out,
We love
live
you.
stream or pre-recorded. We do
watching.
deeply appreciate it. It was a 2-year journey, but it was 2 years very well spent, and I
It
cannot.
was 3 years.
No, 2.
3?
Yes, we started
No.
2023.
No, yeah, but you don't start counting from this year. You have to start counting from the year before. So it's 2 years.
Well, I always say, like, I always count the year you start.
You don't count the year you start right now. You count the year from the year before. That's how the countdown starts.
That explains why I'm so bad at math.
No, I suck at math too, so don't feel too bad.
Now
But,
you should put up the clip. The more you know.
well, thank you all so much for checking out Small Talk, as it is officially in the books. We're going to be doing a season ranking where we're going to rank all of the seasons from worst to best, and I think that should be a lot of fun. And then after that, we go straight into our sequel series, or well, not sequel series, but
It's a new series.
New.
yeah, we've
Set
already
in
got
the DC world.
It's a new DC World show.
we've already got it mapped and planned out, so that'll be coming down the pike very soon.
And if you're wondering if it's a Superman related show, it's not. It's not
No.
Superman related, but it is DC related.
It's DC related. Yes, that's your hint. But for Jacob Collins, for Matt Wyatt, my name is Ryan Cam. Be sure to tip your waiter or waitress and do us a favor and
Get out! Hey, young man! Front door!